Welcome to Roxas City. So we're kind of in the city center, in the Paseo del Rio, or the river walk would be the rough translation. Here, once the sun goes down, all the young people are dancing, both in like troupe dancing, but also classical Latin dancing. Behind that is the central market. And in the city center, there's two bridge points to cross heading towards the beach. So here in the city center, the traffic is absolutely insane from first thing in the morning until, I don't know, like 9 o'clock at night. And that traffic is moving in sort of a square around the city center. Inside and outside of the confines of that traffic square movement, it's a very walkable city. It's easy and safe to cross everywhere. But throughout the day and into the evening, this is what you contend with. Some of the traffic turns left, going Riverside toward the plaza, the main plaza, but this line, it goes about 3 blocks down, and then they turn left, headed towards in the same direction. So you're kind of boxed in a little bit as a pedestrian here in the middle of the city. But the great thing is all of the resources you need for living are right here. And all of these trikes, I mean, this is the way to get around the whole area. So you can pay as cheap as 5 pesos, or getting across town as little as 20, 30, 40 pesos. Getting to the beach will run you only like 50 pesos. It's crazy. It's just this endless river going by the main avenues. It is constant. So no matter where you are, you can always flag down one of the tricycles, get where you need to go. Okay, this is the central market. And it's deceiving from the outside. There is so much activity going on inside. You, as a Western visitor and traveler, there may not be anything you want. However, it's always super fascinating to go inside. So when I went in yesterday or the day before, I mean, it was pretty apparent that not many Westerners come visit. So do it, because people like to talk to you. So here's what it kind of looks like on one part of the inside, all of the fresh catch seafood. And then in the other part, you can come outside and they've got all the dried goods for sale. Fresh produce. And I can pretty much guarantee you these are going to be the best prices in town because, well, all the locals are shopping here. I've just come out the back side of the central market, and I mean, I have to tell you, it's like stepping into another world. This experience, I mean, of course, it's still the Philippines. I think you can see from what I'm showing you on the camera, it's like stepping into a parallel universe if you are from the West, if you are from the United States. It's gonna feel very, very foreign. I mean that in every sense of the word. You have the Gaisano Grand. This is actually one of 2 of them in town. And inside is a supermarket that's incredibly well stocked. Restaurants, home goods, got the Mercury Drug, the pharmacy, fresh meat cooking on the rotisserie, and you will find that everywhere in the city center, all of that. Banks, ATMs, telephone technology stores, it's all here. In one corner of the square, we have St. Anthony College Hospital, St. Anthony College, and as you can see, we're at the end of the business day. It's very, very busy around here. The Capiz State University main campus. So right across the way, it's a little park full of photo opportunity settings. It's free to walk in. There's some restaurants, food stalls right there. It's very nice in the evening. At the university, you're gonna see this And it's going to give you hope, but that's a false sense of hope. You, the traveler, the pedestrian walker, are not allowed to use it. It is for safe travel for the young people to get across the road and not have to, you know, do what the rest of us do. There are quite a few bakeries around town, and I've tried several of them, and we are talking about some delicious food. Most of these baked goods are like 5 to 7 pesos a piece. There's a lot of carinderias. This is carinderia, where you have the trays of food out. Okay, so we're turning on the same Iloilo Coast Highway. So there's another city mall, same thing. There's a grocery store inside, a couple of restaurants, a couple thrift stores. If you go down that road, several pretty good looking restaurants doing the pork belly on the rotisserie. So I think what you may be able to see is how daunting this can be, feel, and look. Another huge supermarket with wholesale retail goods, bank ATMs. So we're still around the perimeter of the square here. Check that out. You also have the Unitop here in the city center. They want to say hi. Big supermarket, super stocked. I've been in here. I mean, so right here on the ground floor, right now we're in the Christmas, the Burr month season. Keep going back, huge supermarket. I mean, huge. And then 2 more floors with clothes and everything. Then you get these, the fresh fruit stands. They're everywhere in the city, usually open until about 9 o'clock. You can get modern implements of technology. You can do, you know, riding those buses, but I think it's going to prove for Westerners and outsiders to be a bigger challenge to get that right here, because you don't know the routes. And I can't seem to get a hold on that. There's another, the Pure Gold, another big supermarket, all the things. We're getting closer to the plaza, the cathedral, the really old cathedral. And then you come to this square called the Plantanan. Let's see if I can get across. The Plantanan. Commercial plaza, cafe, bakery, and all the shop spaces aren't even full yet, but there are so many spots up on the balconies to hang out. Ice cream shop. They've got all this stuff set up, like there's a obstacle course competition thing going on. But you got some of the chain things, Pancake House, Yellow Cab Pizza, Max's. Super pleasant, because all these night lights come on in just a little while. Okay, so we're crossing bridge number 2. That's the Central Market over there. The plaza, the cathedral. Another university there. Are you picking up what I'm throwing down? I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not till late in the evening. That is the Capiz Provincial Capitol building. And if you just go down that road, restaurants till you complete the square. Go back 1 more block, same thing. Oh, it's open. Let's go look. Oh, just kidding. There's no way. So plaza's nice and clean. Every time I've come through here, it's clean. Nicely lit up at night. At the circle, there's traffic police, guard types. It's almost like they're a volunteer police force. And so not only are they keeping the traffic moving right, even as it slows down, you can see they're out right now. That's a really good Korean restaurant if you feel like the bibimbap. when they were doing Sunday night mass, and this whole square was covered with people because the church was completely full, and then they had all these food stands out here. Let's go duck and just take a quick look inside. So just like the old ways of any of these cathedrals that are built like in the 1800s or earlier, this one's mid 1800s, the building itself is shaped like a cross. So you have to do more than just duck your head in. There we go. Found some of the food stands. It's mostly snacky finger foods, drinks. But man, oh man, is there so much happening here. So that's really nice because I really take comfort in being close to all of the modern amenities. I love being in the city center where the grocery stores are, the pharmacies, the restaurants. And now if we decide we're gonna go to the beach, we gotta get ourselves a trike, and it's about a 15-minute ride, maybe more depending on traffic. There are coffee shops around. There are barber shops scattered throughout. I've seen them as cheap as 50 pesos and as expensive as 100 pesos. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? So the top of the box, for lack of a better term, I'm just trying to make this simple, is both Magallanes and Legazpi streets. And both streets, fresh fruit stands, carinderia, cafes, coffee shops. You dig? One of the tricky things about being here in the city center is there's only like a handful of hotels, period. And the pricing it's high. Whatever, but I'm staying at a place right nearby. Jamaica's laundry station. Oh, they did a great job cleaning my clothes. Come visit them. The 7-Eleven here. We're gonna go around the street corner. So at that 7-Eleven, there are people sitting out at the tables outside, drinking and talking till they want you to stop and leave at 11:30 at night. But right around the corner, just to give you an idea of what this place is, the Central Yard. They got food, they got beer and liquor at pretty good prices. And they got live music going. They seem to recognize me. Live music going till 1 o'clock in the morning. Good little spot. We got some friendly people working here. And there's more story about them later. All right, so I have not had a haircut here in town, but I can tell you the laundry, they charged me, so for up to 8 kilos of laundry, it was 120 pesos. And I said, hey, can you double wash my load because it's so sweaty and dirty and gross? And they're like, okay, 190 pesos. Oh my gosh, it came out so clean, smells so good. Every time I've had my laundry done in the Philippines, it always smells so good. All right, so here is one of the fruit stands where I came and bought last night. I got a dragon fruit. We got pomelo here. So you can get it, because if it's not ripe, it's really hard to peel it down to that. But hers, it was the best pomelo I've had. It was 100 pesos. So she peeled the outside and like broke it open, that it was ready to go. Does any of this look familiar yet? Very ripe mango. We got some guava in here. Got some unripe mango. These were 35 pesos each. And those should be about 100 pesos. So it's good fruit, good fruit. trying to eat better like that, more fresh fruit since you're here. Oh, and then the other night, there are a few massage places here. Thai Moderno is right up against the river. 350 pesos is what they charged me. We got people hollering. They just wanted to say hello. For 1 hour, it was such a great massage. Everywhere in Southeast Asia, you should be getting like a 1 hour normal relaxing massage for basically under 10 US dollars, which is very nice because I have these major back injury, neck injury, hip problems. Oh my God, I'm such a mess. So every time I do a travel day, I'm just completely, I am down for 2 days. So thank God that massage is so affordable here and they do such a good job because it's been a lifesaver. I waited way too long in Southeast Asia just suffering on my own before I realized it is so worth your money. If you have injuries, this is where I've been staying. The RDC, the Residencia de Capiz, I have been paying, even at the cash rate, it's still 31 US dollars a night.
Hi, sir.
Oh, hello, sir.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
You want to say hi? Yeah. And they got upstairs, they do a free breakfast. It's open air, beautiful view in the morning looking out on the town. This traffic just keeps on going. It never stops. All of this is building up to me telling you that if I decided I wanted to, or you decided you wanted to stay here, I'm not sure about the apartment situation, but I've gone into a bunch of the hotels and said, hey, what's the cash rate? And some of them are just, they're so expensive, but the price can come down if you stay like a month at a time or something. Still though, in like the 20s of dollars most of the time or more. So you would need to decide pretty quick and be taking care of business if you decide you want to live in an apartment here in the city center. Coming into the lobby of Residencia de Capiz. Here's the lovely queen. Got some seating area. They've got drinks in the fridge for sale and then the water to refill your water bottles. It's a complete mess right now. I gotta leave in the morning, but I wanted to show you a little bit of countertop space, you know, sink, water kettle, cupboards. There is a fridge down there, and it came with 2 single beds. I prefer a bigger bed, but these beds are so soft. That's lovely. Private bathroom. Can you see everything? Oh my gosh. Shower. Hot water. Works great. And that's the room. All right, listen. We're taking a trike out to the beach. I really hope you can hear me. We got the night shift is on, man.
Hello.
It's gonna take us 15 minutes to get there. So you just flag down a trike and be sure you say how much before you get in. Because like this guy says 100 and I'm like, no man. The locals will only pay 30 or 40, but I say 50. If it's nightlife you are looking for, there's not much of it. There's that yard, but the 7-Eleven and the McDonald's, and back there in the back, probably a half a dozen discotheque bars. So when everything else shuts down, that's just getting cooking. All right, so if you're taking a trike from the city, you just use this as your destination waypoint, the People's Park. They're all gonna know exactly where you wanna go, which is this lovely beachfront plaza. Oh. Tonight is a Tuesday night, and I was out here Saturday night, and there were hundreds of people out here. So it's quite the hangout. And it sounds like every single night do they have all the food carts lined up. So they got everything from burgers, shawarma, to the finger fried food stuff, to the drinks, buko or coconut juice, they got that out there. And then they got these fancy seafood restaurants. There must be 10 or 12 of them. And they are quite a bit more expensive than normal restaurants. But all of the locals tell me this is some of the best seafood, certainly on Panay Island, but they say, oh, this is just such a great place to be having fresh seafood. And this doesn't stay open all that late. So don't make the mistake I made, which is hanging out in one of the little park areas where they've got these gazebos and benches. And I was sitting around with this big group of young people, just younger than me, and they were so friendly, they were so polite, they took such good care of me. Because check this out, we were sitting there drinking and just talking about the difference between the countries we are from. And I ended up staying there until all the little restaurant things closed. It's way down the line. So it was like 11:30. And I looked around and I'm like, oh my God, there's no more trikes. So they were soaking wet because they had jumped in the water. They put me on the back of the trike, drive me all the way down here, talking in Tagalog, to the last trike driver that's sitting there to make sure I didn't get gouged on the price, make sure he knew where to take me. So if you guys are watching, thank you for looking out for me. But that's not the end of what happened that night. Because, dude, here's the thing. Red Horse is much stronger than I thought it was going to be. It's much stronger than it tastes. To give the driver a good checkpoint, waypoint to drop me off, I was like, oh, just take me to the yard, which is that live music venue. And when I got there, the people that worked there were super friendly also. That was my first time trying tanduay, which is a Filipino rum. Let's go take a look. And I'm telling you, there's some squid on the barbie, more grilled. Oh, we got some fresh oysters. There are a couple of these spots up and down the beach. And if you can see it at all, there's gazebos. So you can go to the sari-sari store. They're all just drinking and snacking. And the beach is right there. It is heavenly, positively heavenly. And then more of the seafood restaurants. Tuesday night, super chilled, big seafood. All of these look right out onto the beach. More fresh. Oh, baby, look at my nose. Here's what happened. So this exact, I can't even read that right now. But this is another one. I was sitting out here, out on the beach with this young crew till 11:30. All these restaurants, they got all the beer, the food, the drinks. They're all super friendly. It was so nice. So they threw me on their bike, took me all the way down to the park, made sure I only paid 50 pesos to get back home. But home, my checkpoint was that open air live music venue. And at that point they were like, oh, you've never had tanduay? Oh, it's smooth. So it's dragon fire, man. So just be careful that if you are even gonna consider mixing Red Horse with tanduay, you do what you wanna do, but be prepared for the consequences. And I can sit down for a session with the best of them. And dude, on my walk home, 1 block from that place, oh, I went down. I like hit my face in the gravel. That is why I had to have my laundry double washed by the laundry people. So it's night. And there's still people out here. You probably can't even see it. Oh, look at the lightning lighting up that sky. There is, right across the street from here, all these gazebos. Everybody sits out here drinking. But this all shuts down except for the 7-Eleven. It doesn't stay open very late. We got a couple of bars. There's the Canadian Beaver, owned by a Canadian guy. Sure looks like there's quite a few foreigners hanging out there. And I've heard a lot of foreigners will take up staying here at the beach longer term. The problem is...
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
You want some, you like...
What do we got? What is it?
Kasabak cake. You want some... Like...
So your challenge is there's no supermarkets down here. You just have that 7-Eleven. This is the San Antonio Resort, which is kind of a central figure, but it's not cheap to stay there. A little further down, probably about 100 meters, 200 meters down, is the JFK. I didn't look at the rooms, but when I asked them what their cash price was, it was a little more affordable when you stay for at least a week, but especially for a month, if that makes any sense. So my issue is the disconnect between this lovely black sand beach area. Oh my God, I'm trying to get across. So much traffic right now. And then when you look up at 11:30, you're like, where did everybody go? So my issue is there's just not a lot of lodging options down here at all, but especially not at an affordable rate that you're used to in Southeast Asia. Not at all. So of course, us Westerners are drawn to be close to the beach, but you're so separated from the city that's a 15-minute trike ride, even in good traffic. Now, if you keep going down this road towards the Cape Head, the tip of the peninsula, there's, in the sundown time frame, there's all these food stalls up on the cliff, and you can overlook the beach. There's all these kids and everybody playing, fishing boats moving around. Everybody's hanging out there, and up on the cliff, ooh, I can't remember the name of it, but there's a hotel that at cash rates was surprisingly reasonable considering the view, the quality of the view, and it had like 2 restaurants, seafood restaurants up there on top of the cliff with them. But there was no supermarket or anything to that effect. So you're still pretty disconnected, and once it gets later in the evening, wherever you're at, you better be prepared to stay there because you may not find trike rides. I mean, they're by the hundreds, by the thousands right now. But at a certain hour, that all just goes to bed, and they go into the city center, presumably to go party at that nightlife spot. This place, you feel like you're stepping into this alternate universe. And I mean that in actually this delightfully charming kind of way. It just couldn't feel more different than where I'm from. So I think I could fall in love if the town itself, the city center, was more built up on the beach, but they're so separate that I'm like, God, I don't know. I like it. I see how people really like it, but they usually are having their own motorbikes, and I don't want to do that if I don't have to. So the motorbikes are a good, or the trikes are a good solution, stopgap solution, but you have some time limitations on it. So logistically, it's a mechanical issue that I don't think there's any fixing. And why would they? Nobody cares what I want. I'm just saying that it's just a little more complicated, just these basic mechanical problems that for what I want. So anyway, let's head back to the plaza and get some food. So it calmed down, but oh my gosh. Probably 10 or 15 minutes later, big storm. And I ducked right into this place. So they're grilling some squid. Or they were. Mine's almost ready. Oh, fresh coconut. So the squid is gonna set me back. 3 squid on a stick, stuffed with tomatoes and onions. 285 pesos. Fresh buko, fresh coconut, 80 pesos. Rice, I don't know, probably not much. What a great place to hide from the storm. So as soon as it started tearing through here, the whole roof was shaking and they dropped all the blinds and yeah, let's eat. It's grilled, stuffed squid. Oh man, that is so good. Oh. Dude, check this out. It's totally loaded. Perfect excuse to duck in here. There's a milk, coconut water, milk, whatever. Oh, they already scraped all the meat. Fair enough. I thought it was going to be full of the meat. But the rainstorm forced me into kind of an early dinner, and I know I'm going to be hungry. Oh my gosh, and she's got all this fresh stuff out tonight. What's the name of this bakery? I'm gonna destroy some carbs tonight and watch how much this all costs. One of these. One. I mean, look at that. One of these. One. Oh, crushed pineapple. One. That bag is full of pastries. Watch this. Oh my God. Oh, the inner fat kid. I have been doing this way too much. How much? 67 pesos. So, I humbly and respectfully submit to you, patronize these small business, locally owned bakeries. The bread is very good. Surprising, in the Philippines, it's all very good because other parts of Southeast Asia, bread and bread products is like not anything like how good it is in America. Okay, 67? Yeah.